everybody. Welcome to another episode of Comic Book Poser. I realize it's been a while since I've done another video up on the old YouTube for my whole 13 subscribers. But I wanted to give you a couple of cool updates of some things that have happened over the last couple of days. And then show you some cool stuff that I hunted down on two places online. So yesterday, I got the amazing opportunity to review a new self-published work by Eduardo Cintron and Juan, and it's a Comixology exclusive, I think for now, trade called Black Birch Volume 1, The Hook Family. And I posted a review on it this morning, but if you haven't checked out the website, it is a book that focuses on a topic that's fairly unique and something that I haven't seen played out too often in the way that Cintron and Doe take it on. But it's a book functionally about a small collective of families that are running their own baby mill and their interaction with different families in the collective kind of struggling for power. Interactions with local law enforcement, how they run kind of their adoption scheme. And it is a stunning work from Juan that I've read. A lot of the things that he's drawn on, I'm reading his soul-created book of Bad Reception, where he's doing the writing and all of the art. And it's fantastic. And I think you should check out the post there. I think I was the first person to review the book, even though it dropped on Comixology, I think a couple of days ago. And I am working on getting an interview with those gentlemen, but we have to figure out time because Wando lives in Japan. The second cool thing that's happened today is that I commissioned one of my favorite art creators on YouTube, PixarNerd Studios, who, if you've not watched his channel, you can read the interview that I posted with him about 5 minutes ago before putting this video together. He does computer drawings of Pixar characters in his own style. He does comic book characters. He does Pokemon. He did a pretty awesome Majora's Mask video at the end of last week, and I just kind of like his art and watching his creative process. And when he tweeted out that he was open for commissions, I talked about getting a new icon for my social media and some new banner art for my social media. And he literally moments before I pushed publish on the interview finished up the banner art, which I think it's quite cool in terms of kind of the concept he put together for me and the idea of being a poser in the world of comic books. But you should check out that interview, and shortly after this video goes up, I will be updating all of my social media and the website with the new work that Isaac has done. It's fantastic. I feel like he is undercharging himself for the quality of the work that he puts out. So I think if you are looking for any kind of art that you want commissioned, it's a very, very nice collaborative process in terms of messages back and forth on Twitter or via email. So I was blown away when I saw the icon. I was very, very excited when I saw the banner art that he finished up today, and I'm very excited and proud to be the owner of some of his artwork that I can now display all over the place instead of randomly throwing clip art together and calling it channel art and thinking it's passable. So check those out. The other thing that I'm very excited about is Kansas is slowly opening up its some of its restrictions on non-essential versus essential businesses and that kind of stuff. And my LCS is opening its doors for the first time since around the 21st of March tomorrow. So I'm gonna hand sanitize myself up. I'm going to, wear my mask. I'm going to maintain my appropriate distance from everyone, but I'm excited for my one little bit of normal to come back into my life. That my wife has been the one who's wanted to go out and do all of the shopping because she gets worse cabin fever than me. So I'm excited to go to the one place that I really, really, really enjoy going in my town. The other two things that I want to show you are some things that I picked up online. One of the characters that I've kind of taken a new shine to, and to be honest, I don't really know why I like him in the same way that I kind of identified with Prince Namor, the Submariner. The character that I've kind of taken a new liking to is Booster Gold, of all people. That I started kind of watching prices for the 1980, I think 586 number one, first appearance of Booster Gold online. That I've seen it, way inflated in terms of what people on eBay are selling it for. So I'm going to kind of wait for the right moment to find that. I read a good number of the Booster Gold books on DC Universe, and I think that it's something that is at my price point, at my level of interest, to be able to kind of start collecting that. I think it's 48 issues of 1985, 1986 Booster Gold. But that being said, I saw I believe it's a 2017 crossover by DC of Booster Gold and one of my favorite childhood franchises, the Flintstones. So I picked this up, you know, slightly below where the cover price was. The shipping was either free or it was really, really reasonable in terms of picking this up. So it's an odd first Booster Gold issue to own my own physical copy of, but I think it feels right since he's someone who I like, but I don't know why. The other thing that I've been doing in terms of collecting, and if I tilt my screen back a little bit more, you can see my pop collection has grown substantially since the last video I did, or the last time I took a picture of my collection. I've been looking for Funko Pops of different characters, a little bit on eBay, but I've done a lot of searching on Mercari, the app where people are kind of selling stuff. The only thing that's weird about Mercari is they kind of dictate the shipping rates. So if I'm buying a $5 Funko Pop, the shipping is $5, or it will escalate to 10. So the shipping is what makes things expensive. And there are a couple of people on Mercari who have kind of that eBay problem of they'll see the listing that gives a number that they want, and they will charge, an exorbitant price for a Funko Pop that I could, go order off of Hot Topics website, or hell, even the Funko Pop website itself, for a better price than what they're offering. So this is a pickup from someone in, I think it's South Texas, and I'll show you what her initial lot was that intrigued me, and then I'll show you the other things that I found that I added on as I was going through the website. So here is a gold Stan Lee. Was created as part of the Hero Initiative. All of that, the money being raised by comic book creators for creators in need. So I thought that was kind of cool, especially in a world where, most of my reading and pleasure, for comic books comes from Marvel Comics. I get the man, the myth, the legend. That the only other Stan Lee Funko that I tried to order was like last Christmas, where it was Stan Lee holding an Infinity Gauntlet, and it was someone creating a Funko style pop, and it never showed up. So it's, 15, 20 bucks that I lost. And then the other one I got is the 2019 convention Stan Lee Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 from his cameo in that film where he's the random, old guy in space shooting the shit on a planet with some aliens, and it's happening as you're seeing everybody hyper boost through space. So I thought that was pretty cool. And then the other lot that I found were three DC characters two DC characters that I'm kind of intrigued from. The Atom from DC's Legends of Tomorrow. I think that's, just a cool suit that he's wearing, and that he's someone that I've earmarked to read a little bit more about. The second one is, I'll say that this guy has a pretty strong cult following, at least on Twitter. I'm going to assume on Instagram as well. But I'm proud to add a Hawkman Legends of Tomorrow Funko Pop to the stack up behind me. The third one I got is a 2018 convention exclusive Spider-Woman Jessica Drew Funko Pop. I really, really, really enjoyed Spider-Woman #1 when it came out in the beginning of March, February. I don't even know what day it is because of all of this, staying isolated in my house and whatnot. But I really loved that book. I went into it not knowing a whole lot about Jessica Drew. It made me want to watch the Spider-Woman cartoon series that's up on Disney Plus, and I've learned that, Jesus Christ, the two people that she carts around in every episode are the textbook definition of either patriarchally annoying men or a dumb kid who literally eats up everything the man says. And poor Jessica, she would have been in trouble if it weren't for Spider-Woman showing up. Oh, how can that dumb woman have so many problems? So I think I have one episode left, and I kind of wrote a fever dream rant about the entire run on Disney Plus. So if you ever want to read that, that will be up on the blog soon. And then the last one is probably one of the things that solidified myself in the pile of academic nerds when I was in elementary or middle school. I miss the old Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego game show that existed, where it was it's like Rockabilly or someone sings that a cappella bebop theme song. I miss playing good Carmen Sandiego games on, the old crappy green screen Apple IIe's that were in my elementary school. I miss playing it on, the first color PCs that we would have at home, or as computers became more and more classroom relevant in the early to mid 90s. I've played a Carmen Sandiego app on my phone that it's just not the same. And I've tried watching the Netflix show with my kids, and they do not get into it nearly as much as I do. But I think this is one of the two comic Funko Pops that I currently have here at home. That at school I've got a bunch of non-hero ones. I have some wrestling ones. I've got some of those American history ones. I've got Washington crossing the Delaware, and a couple, 2 or 3 others of things like that. So when I saw that the woman selling her Funko Pops was willing to take Carmen Sandiego out of one lot and move it into the list of things she was going to ship to me, I was pretty excited. So I got 6 pops for, I think it was $55. Some of them are convention exclusives, which were at least kind of a cool selling point to me, because, those are the kinds of new limited release things that I might be able to get some of my hands on a little bit. But, you can see in my closet office collection area, the pop collection is about to expand across the entirety of one wall in here. So I don't know what I'll do when I go pick up some of my other ones when I finally get to clean out my classroom to add to the stack up here, like the Marvel 80th anniversary. I've got like the Namer one, and maybe I have Scarlet Witch at school. But I think those are the next pile of pops that I'm definitely gonna try and seek out. So thought it was a cool day. Had some mail show up. So I got to talk about the website. Got to talk about the new review from Cintron and Doe. And you should definitely check out Black Birch #1 on Comixology, even if you hate reading digital comics, which I think I'm fairly firmly in that camp that I have to have something in my hand, that the only time I'm reading things digitally is if it's a book that I know I'm going to have to pay way too much for to physically put in my hand on, you know, Marvel Unlimited or the DCU, or the stuff that I'm, you know, getting the rare chance of some early access to do some preview works of it. But I was willing to get past the I hate digital comics because that story was so enthralling. The art is phenomenal. And I liked that, you know, I've appropriated my wife's old work iPad where I can kind of scroll in and look at every minute detail and just kind of get lost in the color scheme that Doe uses throughout the book. Like I said in the review, I read that book 3 times in the last 12 hours just to make sure it all kinds of sinks in. And it's definitely something I think everybody should check out. But that's what's going on in the world of Comic Book Poser today. Be able to check out the website. By the time this video probably goes live on the channel, you'll notice some new art icons and those kinds of things. So hopefully my presence starts to look a little bit more legitimate online and not just, hey, here's a random template I clicked and some stock photos I downloaded. So I'm excited. It's Monday. I'm finally back in my normal headspace. My mental health is much better than around my birthday a couple of weeks ago, where I was just strung out, tired, and done with all of this shit. That I'm feeling good. Everything that I'm reading is for pleasure, and if I feel like writing about it, cool, but I don't feel the pressure to do that very much anymore. And I'll keep you all kind of updated as the shelves continue to grow, the short boxes continue to pile up. Maybe no, they'll never change to long boxes because they're easier for my kids to get in and play with. And no, they don't touch Daddy's comics. They have their 50-cent bin comics that they tear up, and it gives me a panic attack. But I'm Dustin Remy, the comic book poser, and thank you for stopping by, and have a good one.